Hey there, welcome back to my Serana crafting. Hey there, welcome back to my Serana crafting adventure. I'm currently actually uploading part 1 of this, so if you haven't seen it, this is part 2. I'll leave a link or something in the description, I don't know yet. But it is the next day and I'm probably gonna take some break days. I'm actually probably not gonna do much today because I actually have The Sims running while my video is uploading because I know it's gonna take forever. But one thing I do know that I want to get done today is I want to learn how to drape fabric, and I want to fix my mannequin so that it actually fits my size and I'm not just like throwing things on it, so I can actually use it for draping and properly use it. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm going to learn how to fix my mannequin. So I don't know how to drape, so essentially I'm going to pretend like I know how to drape, and I'm gonna try and create a cape out of this. But I know one thing that needs to happen for this to look like a good cape is I need to have it A, centered, and B, I need to cut like a good old curve in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a curve, like a little half circle dealio, and then I'll come back. Curve has been created. I've also marked the middle of my fabric. Okay, so this is vaguely what I've created. I'm gonna make it out of my sheets first because that's my lining, but generally I have this little back area, and then I have it kind of like swooping around and a little bit more like that, and they will attach right here with a little buckle thing, and I'm gonna have it like big Velcro strap right there. So I'm going to like de-pin the things holding it, and I will cut this out as is. So here's how it looks like with a little bit of extra fabric. Too mad at it. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be following my Serana, you know, the thing that I'm going to be following. I'm going to be essentially just bunching this in a couple of places where necessary and marking them so that it matches the pleats that Serana already has on her belt. Just put this on my body and cut it into extra pieces, and I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. Alright, so after a bit of sketching, here's generally how my template looks. And this is a lot easier than draping these curves for some reason for me. So all I'm gonna do now is cut out these pieces, cut them onto some cotton fabric, and you know the drill. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different and using basically the same technique that I used for Volcana. Make like a little overskirt deal. to keep the darts close to the back. Hey there, so it's actually been like a week's break for me since I last filmed because I got pretty sickly again. So now I'm back and I'm feeling a little bit more energized, so I'm gonna get back on what I was doing and I'm gonna try to come up with a game plan for the week if I can. But if not, I'm just probably gonna go with whatever my heart desires to make in the moment. Alright, so I think the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I have everything in leather patterned out that needs to be patterned out so that I can go ahead and cut everything that I need to cut out of leather and make sure that I have enough, because I also need to make some leather belts for a different costume out of this leather. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna check my skirt one more time, and then I'm gonna get to going on that. Alright, so with my belt, I cut out pieces just to see what I wanted to do with it. I was gonna make a mock-up of the belt with a pattern I made, but I realized that it's got a lot of curvy edges and I don't think leather is gonna want to do that too well. So I think I'm going to try and make these pieces out of foam and make a foam belt and just make it match my leather really, really well. Hello, I've returned. You didn't see any of that, but I spent the last few minutes cutting everything out of leather. So I put a lot of stuff on the mannequin, and I also have like all my corset stuff cut out here. I have a lot of leather left, which is great because I still have a lot of things I need to do with it. But for my bracers, I've decided that I'm going to be making them out of foam and then maybe wrapping them in leather or pretending like they look like leather. So I got this 4mm foam from Michaels, which if you don't like buying things online is a great way to get cosplay foam. I haven't tried it, so this is going to be an experience for the both of us. I noticed in the store that it has a lot more like holes. It's very like porous. Unlike some of my favorite foams, I really like the SKS Props foam. It's really nice. I'm not sponsored or anything, I just really like that foam. So generally what I'm going to be doing is just cutting out my bracers. Okay, so like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I'm using 4mm foam, which is kind of my favorite density of foam to use right now because it's like not as thick as 6mm and it's not like as thin and flimsy as 2mm. It's just like a really nice medium, especially for something like bracers, because I hate thick bracers with a passion. I just really hate bracers in general because I can never get them to stay on my body where they like should stay. They love to wiggle around and move, but it's also good enough that I can just cut it with scissors and I don't need like a box cutter because I'm also scared of those. So right now I'm just cutting everything out, and then I'm going to be gluing with contact cement together. Alright, so here are all my foam pieces cut out. They're going to be glued like this to each other. These patterns are from Serana Cosplay, by the way. I've done bracer patterns before, but I've already got these. I got like a really big cosplay bundle at the beginning of the year. So I got a lot of armor patterns, and I really love using Kamali's patterns as bases because it just takes a lot of struggle out for me, and I'm a firm believer in if I don't have to stress myself out over things, I'm not going to. So I'm using arm pattern number 5 for this. But a good tip for foam crafting is any gaps that you have in your foam where you've cut them out, like these pieces, keep them, because not only are these good for like, say you need like a belt buckle or like really small details, these will be perfect for that and you won't have to cut out your extra foam. But also pieces like this, you can literally just dip it into your thing of contact cement and use foam. So I always have a bag of like foam scraps just in case I need something for that. Also for padding, Just keep your foam scraps, always. It's too expensive to waste. Alright, now that that's done, I'm gonna bring you back down here. And what you're gonna do is, I'm actually going to turn this inside out. And I've done a video on this on Instagram. I don't think I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, but I really do love using like stretch fabric to cover some of my pieces, but I don't really have stretch fabric, so what I'm gonna do instead is make a really big seam. Alright, so you've got these pieces. So your next step is going to be throwing it in the floor and just leaving it there. Your next step is going to be kind of laying it over your piece and figuring out where you need to cut so that you can use the curves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some contact cement on the edges of all these pieces and on the edges of this. And then as I get to a place that starts to crinkle, I'm going to cut it there and then I'm going to fold it. Also, coat the front of your piece in contact cement so that it actually stays on your piece. I forgot to say that. So just take a glob of your contact cement and just like throw it on that boy. Okay, so now I have this situation and I've already cut a few little slots in here. So generally what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these slots and you're gonna fold them down. And for this one, I'm gonna like fold it over. And this is the point where you take a little bit of hot glue and put it there, but I usually do that last. So just folding over, and it'll look something like this. So what I usually do is I will make something to go over this so it'll look a little prettier. But generally this is what you do, and you just cut some little slots in it. Until it fits and is flat. Alright, bracers are done. They've been done, but generally I'm gonna have like, I don't know if I want to corset it yet or if I want to just like put a zipper in it. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but they're done. I just cut out all of the pieces for my belt, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these together, and will generally look like this, and you know, so that's the game plan. Gonna just use contact cement and put these pieces together and hope that it turns out good. Okay, belt has now been glued together. It's very large, so generally it looks like I'm stepping on plastic, but generally it looks like this. I'm happy with it. So that's done. So I've gotten my thing pinned like a lot, and it's really painful. So essentially I'm gonna flatline it, and how I flatline it is I choose a little area to leave open, and I'm gonna leave the bottom open because it's like a pretty wide area. And I'm just gonna sew around all the edges. I'm gonna flip it inside out, and I'm gonna sew this edge down, and then I'm gonna like sew around this part so it lays nice and flat. Alright, so I'm just gonna show you everything that I got done today because I'm calling it a day because I've been working a lot and I am still just kind of tired, and I want to pace myself and not do too much at once. So today I finished the cloak and the lining on the cloak. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll do. It's just a cloak. I cut out the skirt and I like that, and I started the corset. I got the front parts done, so I just need to fix up the back parts. I also finished the bracer bases, and my belt base, which is in the floor all the way over there, so I'm not gonna like show it off. But I've gotten a lot done, so I'm going to edit today's footage and put all of this together so I can get more space on my phone, and then I'll come back like tomorrow. Hey there! So it's been another day and I have completed the corset out of leather. So I think this is a great place to end the video because with editing I hit the 15-minute mark that I really want to stop this video at. So I think I've made some really good progress. I've done a lot of things in this video and I think it's enough content that I can safely put it out there and feel alright with putting it out there. So next week I'm hoping to work on painting my leather, adding grommets to everything, and kind of getting some really cool touches going instead of just base work. So we'll see how that goes, but for now I think I'm gonna end this video here. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit more tolerable than the last, being 15 minutes long instead of 30. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you really enjoy my content, I have a couple links in my description that will allow you to, you know, support me if that's what you really want to do, such as Patreon or Coffee. Also, all of my social media links are in the description, and you can always follow me there to see more work or ask me questions, all that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!